The final months of this year are critical to be ready for the first voyage of an LNG ship from Curtis Island in 2014. Workers on the Queensland Curtis LNG project are preparing to ramp up production in the gas fields. Construction of the 540-kilometre pipeline network is nearing completion, and we are on track to get gas to our LNG plant around the end of the year. Of particular importance is the work to ensure gas is flowing from our southern development area near Dalby. This will enable us to link gas from the reservoir to the LNG plant for the first time. Just 3 years after the Queensland Curtis LNG project was sanctioned. We have almost 1,800 of the 2,000 land access agreements we need to have our 2 LNG trains, or production facilities, operating near capacity. This has enabled us to drill 3/4 of the 2,000 wells needed to supply the first 2 LNG trains. We have 11 rigs drilling about 50 wells a month in the Surat Basin. To connect these wells to gas compression and water treatment facilities, we have installed more than 2,000 kilometres of gathering pipe, using lower impact spider plough technology where possible. Gathering teams are doubling their output to 240 kilometres per month, with 5,000 kilometres to be laid within 18 months. In the southern area, this gathering pipe will be linked to 6 field compression stations, with more than 100 gas wells feeding each of these stations over its life. These facilities are on schedule to be ready for startup in the final quarter of this year and early 2014. Our field compression stations take shape quickly, with activity moving from earthworks to piling and concreting, then construction and installation of piping and electronics. An electrical switchyard at the Ruby Joe Central Processing Plant will form a hub for our power needs in the southern region. This critical piece of infrastructure will be completed by September this year. In QGC's southern area, 6 field compression stations will feed the Ruby Joe Central Processing Plant, which is scheduled for completion by the end of 2013. At full production, this facility will process 440 million standard cubic feet of gas each day, enough to provide gas to 500,000 homes for a day. The second area of focus in the upstream is near Wandoan, QGC's northern development area, where we are drilling and connecting about 500 wells and building another central processing plant, 5 field compression stations and a second big water treatment plant. Progress is also clear here. Look at the development at our northern water treatment plant since November last year. When producing gas, we also produce water, which needs to be processed for beneficial use by farmers, towns and industry. Water from the southern region will be piped to QGC's new water treatment plant at the Kenya facility near Chinchilla, which has now begun operation. When all QGC's water treatment facilities are online, we will be processing up to 200 megalitres each day. This is about 1/3 of the water used by farmers, industry and towns in the Surat Basin every day. Gas from the Western Downs will be fed into the Queensland Curtis LNG pipeline network, which starts here at Ruby Joe. Our pipelines team continue to reach new milestones. The entire 200-kilometre gas collection header has been buried, and 75% of the 340-kilometre export pipeline has been lowered into the ground, and all mainline welding is complete. In February, the team successfully completed a 2.3-kilometre underwater pipe pull across the Narrows in Gladstone. On Curtis Island, construction of the liquefaction plant, LNG tanks and loading jetty remains on schedule. All 62 modules required for Train 1, the utility system and 5 modules for Train 2 have been delivered, and the rest are scheduled to be delivered this year. Altogether, about 65% of the Queensland Curtis LNG project is complete, and we are meeting key targets, with about 12,000 people on the job from the Surat Basin to Curtis Island. QGC is now well into preparation for operations as we approach the final stages of construction to deliver first LNG in 2014.